going on, guys? What's going on? We're gonna be animating my character today. Just gonna try some few stuff over here. Share. What's going on? Okay, we're gonna be doing that right now. Let me just get settled in. Hey, what's up, man? Just gonna put it here, and then we're gonna pin that message. Hi, Bio. How are you, man? We're gonna be animating this character right now. So we have like 18 frames in total. I think the best way to go about this one is if we animate this character first, because this is already rough, right? And then maybe we'll see. I want to kind of animate the girl character over here first. So you know, we'll be, what do you call this? We'll be doing like a Genga animation of this character to this animation, you know. So like we're gonna do it one by one. We're gonna do A, and then we'll see how we're gonna do it, you know. I may jump back and forth, you know, like I may use this character at some point. We'll see. And then we'll go from there, you know. That's today's plan. That's what's up. That's what we'll be doing today for this stream, you know. And we're just gonna chill, and then we're gonna animate, you know. So have fun, enjoy the rest of the stream. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. So right now I do have the Genga folder over here. I have like A. I'll just create like a new layer over here with the blue one, and then I'll call this sketch, you know. Sketch is like at the very bottom, and then I'm gonna make the rough like at 20%. Yeah, we'll see how much I can do today, you know. So just gonna chill. How are you guys doing? It's incredible. I've been watching your channel this month. I'm studying digital animation. I hope to learn much more in this space, man. Thank you. Like, yeah. I'm, I'm, I'm not posting videos too much anymore. Like, I'm just focusing on creating projects. Like, tutorial videos will probably resume around summertime. So, right now I'm just focusing on kind of like creating this little project, and then going from there, so we'll see how much I can do moving forward, so right now I have two choices, because like I'm actually getting the hang of like drawing my own character to the point that I may not need to do a lot of kind of like that, like what do you call this? I need to make sure that I'm being intentional with my time, right? Because I want to be able to make sure that I have the time to finish this project. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you have to make sure that you have, like, you're doing your best to kind of like measure how much you're taking in each kind of like project you're doing. Because we are simplifying a lot of this, the character, especially if I'm this far from him. Fight as next live, bro. I don't do stickman, man. Imonte Gold. I'm sorry. I don't do stickman. I want to kind of like create animations like this. But to be honest with you, like the animation that I showed you guys, let's say this one, like that, like for me it looks like stickman. Like it just have like you just replace the limbs. Like it doesn't matter if like I'm gonna do stickman or not. Like if anything, what I'm doing you can apply in your own stuff. You know, Bio. I am a Spanish speaker but can understand English somewhat. But make my effort to learn. Good stuff, Bio. Good stuff. Muy bien. I don't know what that means, but oh, I hate summer. Sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear if you hate summer. But anyway, let's continue with this character. As you can see, it's like I'm very intentional with my lines. Like it's very kind of like I've been practicing drawing every night, so that's why I feel like I feel confident with my drawing skills to the point that my rough, when I add my characters, can be a little bit, oh, it's too clean. Like, I actually take a lot of pride in that. I was able to develop these skills over time, you know. So and I understand some people may not have the same kind of like skill set as I do, but like there's a lot that can be done when you're practicing, man. Like, just how to simplify like the anatomy, simplify characters, make them your own. Um, yeah, that's my just check quickly my. This is my first Genga. I call this A1. Maybe the head is too big, but we'll see. I wanna make sure it's still. Yeah, this is a first cleanup keyframe. Yeah, so this is a. When I draw this small from the canvas, like I can adapt very clean lines, you know. Like, takes practice, but you know, practice makes perfect, right? You're able to create that kind of like skill set when you're able to practice more, right? So don't be afraid to do a lot of like trial and like erase and whatnot. Like some people like are too precious of their time. Like if you make a mistake, um, like that's fine, you know, like but take your time. Like take your time to actually make good drawings. That's what I always kind of like want to make sure that everyone kind of like understands. Like good shit takes time. So if you're spending a lot time of in drawing and whatnot, like you're gonna get good at some point, you know. We're gonna be like viewers drop. That's okay. I have a question. How do you control the pressure of the pencil to create that harmony in your lines? Very precise. I don't like. I think I barely have any pressure. Like this is also very thin line. You know, like it's almost like no pressure sensitivity, right? So it's like, how do I control? Like you go slower. You know, like you go slower with the way you draw stuff. That's how I control it. I hope, like I know that answer is kind of like very vague. Oh, how do you go slower? But like, trust me, like it works. Going slower when you're drawing really works, especially for me, man. Like I think it really works wonders if you can really go slow and adapt that kind of like, oh, I don't need to rush this one. It's just gonna like the more I go slow with my animations, or um the more I kind of like make sure that, oh, I get it right. Because the problem lies when you kind of like go faster and you're now kind of like rushing your the process, right? That's where the kind of like the problem lies, right? Also, a lot of these things that I'm showing you guys, it takes time to kind of like practice that, you know. And I'm not perfect. I'm not like, I know I'm doing clean lines right now, but like for what I want to do, I think I'm achieving it. You know what I mean? See, I'm not like, even though my rough animation is kind of like, oh okay, I finished the rough animation. I'm not afraid to kind of like change that up. I got it. Sometimes wanting to finish things is not the best option. Yeah, you just take your time. I mean, for whatever time you have, like, you know, obviously I have a very different kind of schedule than you, right? Just don't overthink. Like, good things take time, and if you remember that, um, do not rush the process for the sake of like, oh, um, I want to get this done. But why do you want to get this done quickly? You have to answer that question first. Like, what's your motivation of getting it done quickly? And if you can find a good answer to that, then you're good. Like, I mean, some people need to do things fast because it's their work, right? So if it's your work, so, like, you have no choice but to finish it fast, man. What's going, Team T? How are you, man? How are you, bro? What's going on? Nice to see you in stream. See, I have very simplified anatomy that I don't. This is probably one thing you might appreciate, bio. I do this most of the time. It's kind of like, what's this master sheet? So I've been studying how to draw things very simplified, you know. So I haven't played the game, my video games for the past 5 nights now. I've been spending that 2 hours every night just practicing how to draw. It makes a huge difference on your confidence, to be honest, right? Like, I've always known how to draw, but you know, like, I always tell on stream that, oh, I don't practice. I mean, if I want to get better, I have to practice, right? I don't practice because I'm playing video games. So like, you gotta, and for me, it's very nice to kind of like, oh okay, like, I'm very free. I don't have that pressure. I'm gonna practice whenever I want to, you know. Like, I just felt like, oh, I don't feel like playing right now, so I'm just gonna draw, right? I have that kind of like, not discipline, but like freedom to choose to kind of like, oh, at this time I want to get better, so I'm gonna take my time to practice. Hey, what's up, Killer Cam? Those googly eyes when I see, I know who ready it is, man. Don't even we're doing we're doing our usual Genga session right now. But I'm gonna play video games tonight. I miss it. So I have to kind of like, oh, I have to finish the game I bought. Like I've been playing that for like 90 hours, man. Like 90 hours I could have spent practicing drawing for the past 2 months. You know, like definitely like a time I should be spending drawing. You know, but I'm okay. You know, like I don't sweat it. Like I love playing video games, so I'll play. You know, I'm not I'm not sweating, man. Like yeah, practice makes perfect. In this case, your effort is reflected in each line. Yeah, man. And this is A2. So now we're getting a little bit more closer to the character. So we're gonna you're gonna start seeing a lot more detail with the character, you know, like eyelashes or something like that. Actually, maybe I'll introduce the eyelash on the next frame, but yeah, eyelash on the next frame. See, this hairline, I always need to kind of like put it down. Remember, good shit takes time. That's been my kind of like go-to phrase right now. Good shit takes time. I like if I'm still kind of like trying to, you know, get my buck from YouTube. Like I'm gonna be refusing to like I wanna make sure that everything is done fast. but that's at the expense of quality, right? For this one, and there's something to be said about that. You know, there's something to be said about um getting things done fast, because like in the real world, you need that. You need that speed. You need that dexterity. But dexterity comes from sorry fastness, or like speed comes from practice. You know, don't like you only gonna get faster on stuff you've done again and again, which is if you practice more and more, then that's the reward that you're gonna get, you know. Now you can see like more details from me, like thickness of the pouch and whatnot, thickness of the belt, stuff like that, buttons, because we're closer to the character. We're closer to the character this time, right? Keep forgetting she has like wide hips in my character design, so I have to make sure that that is reflected in what I'm doing. You're gonna see some lines like this, like fabric lines that are essential again, because we're very close to the character, right? What's going on, Taylor Camp? How's school? How's life? How are you guys? guess it gets time to claim food. Do you determine the keyframes first? Yes. So Teams T, if you wait, give me a sec. Let me finish this kind of like frame right here. Yeah. And man, I'm glad that you started using Clip Studio Paint. Like because I think if I remember correctly, you're the one with the um Toon Boom, right? I think you're the one who said, "Oh, you use Toon Boom Harmony for some reason." If I'm correct, if I remember correctly. I mean, Toon Boom is like a really good software too, man. Hi, Michaela. How are you, man? What made you switch, man? If you don't mind me asking, what made you like, explore Toon Boom as a software? And the basic of Clip, and I'm getting used to it. Yeah, let me give you a quick, this is the Clip Studio, and been a while since I used the Novel Frugal Studios. Something like that. No, like I yeah, like Clip Studio Paint, I think hired this guy to do a tutorial. Let me just find that tutorial for you, bro. Oh, they have a playlist. Okay, there you go. Let me find the tutorial. Yes, okay. Let's create full animations.
Hey, my name's Ed.
So Zendrine, yeah, Zendrine is like, let me show you guys the how do I say, how do I not play this, share, okay, here we go. What do you recommend to beginners? Where should we start animating? where should you start animating? You can start animating on whatever you're comfortable with. Like some people are comfortable animating in kind of like a depending on the software. Like what software do you want? Like what's the context of the question, bro? Like Art Michaela, I know I'm calling you bro, so forgive me, but if you like what's your goal, like what are you trying to animate first and foremost, and let's go with there. Like what do you want to animate? You want to animate anime, um what's the goal? I feel like every single time I draw, my head is getting bigger, but the head of my character is getting bigger, you know? Anime mostly. Yeah, so like, if you know how to draw anime, you're 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 good, man. But where, like, for me, like, I recommend my own videos, obviously. You know, I recommend my own videos if you wanna kind of like start animating. It's a good foundation. Um, I have some few basic like, oh, how to animate videos that you can definitely learn from, and then follow. They have videos on what kind of exercise you would want to do, um, and whatnot. So right now, I'm on a pace of like doing like one keyframe every 15 minutes, right? Hey man, Yusef, Yonan, how are you, bro? I'm good, I'm good. I'm doing good, man. Character animation, yeah. So like what I'm doing is character animation. So if you just watch my videos, like you'll get a lot from it. How are you, Yusef? Yusef, are you the one who let me see my Gumroad. I feel like there's one person who bought a lot of stuff from me. Uh RJ Meal sales, yeah. No, it was RJ Meals. But there's one person who just like bought a lot of stuff from me, man. From my Gumroad account. And I'm like, oh, nice. I'm like, but again, no, I'm not the. I am a student, so no money is tight. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. I was like curious because I think I remember you and another person talking about my Gumroad the other time. So this is the character I'm animating. So, you know. I feel like my the way I drew my rough is now getting kind of like a little bit outside of the typical outside the character design, you know, like the way the proportion, like it's close but the proportion of this is very, it's not the same anymore as my character design, so I have to adjust when I'm doing my my animation, my Gengas, right? Like I said, I think in this frame we can introduce some lashes. Probably like a couple of lashes. In the character design, she has some lashes, you know. Adjust. Don't be afraid to kind of like adjust. Use all the tool you can use in your software, man. I have to probably walk my dog very soon, but we're chilling right here. We have time. This is a 3-hour stream. Planning to at least animate 3 hours. For me, have you used open tunes? No. Do you recommend learning how to draw first on paper tradition or just go for digital? Because anime basically, yeah, just go for just go for what do you call this, for digital right away. At least for me, that's how I want it. Uh, you know, some people love the feel of paper animation. You can do that if that's your jam, you know. That's not my jam. So like for me, I rather use my limited time to kind of like do as much as I can, you know, enjoy the process and not worry about the, you know, whether or not I'm getting a lot done because, you know, because of I'm animating on paper, right? If you just want to do it for the sake of doing it, like kind of like what do you call this, um like a hobby, because some people like really enjoy that feeling of like uh, really enjoy that feeling of paper animation. So like I'm not gonna take that away from you if you do. If you do, some people do, but if you don't and you're a beginner, I would advise to just go for digital right away. You know, if you really want to learn fast, uh, and kind of like not complicate the process, um, simplify it a bit. Now I'm getting damn shitty. Yeah, you know that RJ is the acronym of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. I do know now, because someone mistakenly, not mistakenly, like assumed that I'm Brazilian. You know, so I don't know if that's a compliment, but like, yeah, shitty man. Character design at its finest. I think this is the hand that I was trying to do earlier. Like I love animating characters in very far, kind of like uh very far shot like this one, like a full body shot like this, because like it's very easy to draw, you know. At least for me, it's very easy to draw. How long does it take me to animate 1 minute animation? If I'm working full time on it, like really full time, probably a month. Yusuf. Thank you, Regis. How do you determine how much details you put on a character, like for a shot more distant? I like, how do I determine? I simplify it. Let's say this character has like how many bangs on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 bangs over here, right? When I draw it like this far, I only have like 4. I like probably 2, right? Cause like I can't draw it, but like if you do it like that, it's like, you know, you can simplify it. It's too far for you to even notice how many strands of hair. This one I can get away with 5 strands, right? And then this one is like, oh, we're getting there. I'm realizing that she's supposed to have a more rounded face. So I am adjusting that accordingly. You see her body is turned this way, so accordingly her clothes should kind of like should show that, you know. Is that with shading and color such? Yeah. This is with this is gonna be with color. Shading depends on, like, again, the shot, right? Like if how far she is from camera, like there's no point of like doing a lot of shading in there. I won't do it. Like I'm still determining the shading part of this animation, to be honest. Probably I'm gonna start doing minimal shading for this one, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. Now I'm gonna introduce like additional line on her clothes. seems too big. You can always adjust accordingly. Yeah, there's a camera movement here, man. We're zooming into the camera. We're zooming into her, to the character. But we're not animating the camera. At least not yet. I need to drink some water. Give me a sec. I'm back. I'm gonna see how much I could do, you know. Let's see. So kind of wanna do, I wanna animate the hair too for this one, you know. So like when we get close up to her, like this close she would be her hair would be animated. Now to add shadows like this on the character, the neck shadow. I always ever never drew before. Yeah, Rimbold. It takes a lot of time to do a few seconds in animation. Welcome to the reality of being an animator. You know? That's the reality we have to live in with ourselves, you know? Now my lines could be a little bit more rough here, just to give you guys a heads up, because like my brush size is a little bit smaller, so my like I can increase probably the brush size to 6, so like the details can the details of my character uh can be quite you know, it could change depending on the brush like basically what I'm trying to say is like whenever you have like when you're getting closer and closer to camera, the details of your character would change more, right? You tend to add more details to the character, so when you do, you just have to make sure that you're using the appropriate size of brush so that it reads better, and it's a lot easier to clean later on. I've always drove over, never animated till now. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. So yeah, that could animation takes is basically another discipline that you kind of have to learn, you know. There's no easy way around it, bro. Like I wish I could tell you that oh, it's gonna get easier, but like you know, it isn't. Depends. Well, it's gonna get easier in terms of your skill set, right? Your skill set will determine how complicated or how much you can do, you know. But for me, if like I'm getting better in my skills, for example, right? If I'm getting better in my skills, I always try to do something different that can challenge me, so that I could keep my skills fresh. You know, like I'm not gonna animate some simple, like, well, it's not that I'm not, like, I'm still animating some, but I want to explore make sure like I'm doing the best I can to um improve my skill set, if you know what I'm saying. So it's good that you're kind of like, oh, exploring animation in your own, um because you've never animated before, but now you realize that, oh, animation is kind of like, takes a lot of time and resources and whatnot, but it is what it is. No, I don't want to work in the animation industry. My goal in animation is to make cool shit, make cool animation, uh, and just kind of like work on my own pace. It'll be nice if like I have high paying clients, but for now, like I want to share my process to the world. Like I want to do cool shit. I want to do animate cool stuff that I could share, and my focus is more teaching. It's like I'm doing self taught animation right now, and like the goal eventually is to kind of like teach and introduce the medium of animation to as much people as possible. Um, that's how I see my goal is gonna be at. So like my ultimate goal is to have a lot more people doing, like, learning from my videos, learning from my animations, and they're having fun, you know. That's my ultimate goal. I want to show to the world, or I want to show to a lot of people that you can do animation by yourself. I know that's a kind of like a very not unrealistic, but very kind of like indie minded goal. You know, like I want to make sure that people are able to learn from me, and like I don't want people to realize, oh, animation is too hard, AI is gonna take over. I don't want to kind of like, I want to make sure people still love the animation, like the process of animating, and show them that they can do cool stuff by themselves, given like, you know, obviously given the circumstance of like being able to animate it, or being able to draw. I wanna just show to people that it's possible to be good in animation by yourself. You know, just doing it kind of like self-taught kind of way. This is Clip Studio Paint, so a little bit expensive for some people, but like that's the software I'm using. Some people have used Krita, for example, and that worked very well for them. Um, but like why are you getting into animation like soon? Like my question is like why not now? Like what like I find that statement a little bit why can't you do it now? Like why is it soon? Well, sorry, I'm getting into animation soon. Like you're not doing animation right now, or you're basically just interested. I'm curious. I'm not trying to like scare you guys by. I'm just curious. Like oh why is it soon? Are you preparing for something or like what do you think it's a good app to start with? Yeah, Krita is a good app to start with for sure. For sure. I've never used Krita before, but Ed Tadeo, who's also a Filipino, have used Krita extensively in his videos. So like you can definitely learn something from him in that regard. Like I think he mainly uses Krita, so you know that's something you can definitely learn from. Waiting on drawing tablet. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, if that's the only like what do you call this? If that's your only kind of like hurdle, um, yeah, Clip Studio Paint is I think for me is the best software for animation. And if you scroll up, there's something like a tutorial on how to use it. You know, can I get even though I can't draw? I'm learning, but I'm learning out. Definitely, man. Like you can, like animation. Like depends really what do you want animate? Because you can be like a what do you call this? Emotion graphics animator. That's still an animation, you know. But really depends on what kind of animation do you want to do, man. Because like let's be realistic. If you want to draw an anime, if you want to draw anime characters, you have to learn how to draw anime characters, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys to kind of like, but that's the thing. If you wanna learn animation for a very specific purpose, like you need to learn how to first draw anime characters that you want. You have to learn how to draw the way you want to draw, the way you want to animate. You know, to be able to do that. So that's my answer to that question. Uh, Can you show me how to remove deadlines? With D, what do you mean remove deadlines? Can you like deadlines? How to remove deadlines? Like deadlines, you mean like I don't know, like trying to understand what you mean by that, you know? Zero gravity. Look at this character. I'm drawing like a character, but if you look at my this red lines, those are kind of like those are very simple character drawings that I learned how to draw. Yeah, what is deadlines, man? Are you talking about deadline on the project that you're doing? Like, oh, how to remove red, yellow, blue lines? Well, if you have a, you have to erase it. If you want to remove it, you have to erase it. Like, how do you remove a line? You erase it, bro. Or like, if you're using a template that I have right now, if you like, you just have to turn off the, you have to turn off that layer, you know. You just have to turn off that layer. Draw this character. I'm behind like a little bit. 15 to 20 minutes each frame is kind of like my quota. You see, when I say quota, like when I'm trying to kind of like gauge how much time, like I'm aware, even though I say good shit takes time, like I am still aware how much time I'm putting into to something. You know what I mean? Because like you have to kind of like somehow track how much time so that you don't burn out quickly. You kind of like use that as your gauge to be able to, you know, determine how much details, how much time, how like your projects, like the projects that you're gonna do, it will depend on um will depend on you, like, oh, from now on, like, oh, knowing that you take this much time to do a certain task, like how are you gonna adjust? Are you still like, you know what I mean? Those kind of stuff, sometimes you really have to think about that, especially if you're an indie animator, um because those stuff are important for you to be able to do projects, for you to be able to determine how much you can do, to for you to be have that sense of like um accomplishment when you animate. Yeah, you just have to erase it with D. If you're using like those lines, you just have to erase it. I don't know, like or hide the layer that contains it. Sorry, I'll be joining a class in a few minutes. I just want to say I appreciate your work and I hope to have a purchase you the re-uploaded live. Of course, man. Like this is always gonna be like available. Like whenever I finish live streaming, you can definitely watch the replay and whatnot. You know. So, um, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one, man. Enjoy class. Hi MJT, how are you, man? I'm gonna have to add some light here. Six frames. 6 frames in 1 hour and 50 minutes. fun more. I think for this one, gonna try to use the light table. I don't know how to use it, but we'll see. So let's see that light table over here. Interesting. Yes. Okay. Now I'm using the light table to use as my kind of like reference here. So it's gonna be a copy of my previously drawn frame, you know? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna continue that. What's up, guys? I'm back. I am back. We're not on 15-minute break anymore. We're back. So, we're gonna be using this light table to just trace the character, right? You see, this is the first time I'm actually using light table. Just really refreshing. Oh, I can still learn a thing or two from animating, you know. I kind of want to adjust the way the hair is moving too. Kind of like add that little bit of, because essentially these are two very similar frames, and we're just animating this character based off the camera, right? We're animating this character using camera. Now instead of lines, we can actually show a little bit of like the depth of our sleeve, like the depth of the clothes or something like that, you know. We can start to see that I'm not sure if I want to flap that. So the clothes are moving a little bit, you know. That's what I'm trying to do here. And this one, would be tighter. Kind of like showing the feast. It's gonna be here. I Gojo Satori. I am new here. Welcome, welcome. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. welcome, man. Like, are you here to learn how to animate? We're animating my character right now. If you've seen my videos before, I'm an animator, man. So we're just tracing my previous frame right now and adding a little bit more details to the like certain lines, like I think like this feet don't even matter, you know, like I could even just make sure that I just have a something like that, but essentially it won't matter because the camera is not gonna capture it, right? So in that essence, you decide whether or not you wanna draw the details, right? Maybe over here I can just keep the whole details of it because again it won't be, I know it would look funky, but like maybe I'll just, a few seconds won't hurt, you know. Hey moms. Now we can turn off the light table. And that looks good, man. What else could we add for details for this one? Just a little bit of this. Add more of that. I'm deciding if I need to add like lines, additional lines. Well, we're simplifying it, right? So you might as well not add any lines. Let's say she contained the light. Like for this one, I'm gonna introduce what I would call an in-between frame. So this is A3, A4, A5, A6. This is A7, but I'm gonna copy this frame, right, and then call it A8, and I'm just gonna slightly adjust it. I'm gonna delete that one. I'm gonna adjust it slightly. You see how that's kind of like slightly adjusted. But we're also kind of like, we're gonna be using a technique over here. This technique is kind of like just adjusting it slightly like that, so it looks a little bit different. But because this is kind of like, I would say, more of an in-between frame, right? I would put this as a triangle or something like that. Like a breakdown frame between this frame and this one. Because this one is like, you can see how this one is a lot closer to the camera now. So I have to make sure that this character is bigger. Yeah, you see? Now it's smoother. we're gonna do this additional frame. Probably I'm gonna do 2 more frames because this one and this one is similar. So I'm gonna probably end up doing 10 frames in 3 hours. Just sounds like not a lot, but it's a good progress for something with 22 frames as a keyframe. I'm happy if I could like if we could finish like 10 frames in 3 hours, right? Drew on the wrong layer. Oh no, Chloana. That's the worst. That's painful, man. You see, in like when I'm doing close up, I'm kind of like struggling a bit when I'm doing close up shots, like drawing close up, because like the character is like really, you can see almost everything from like all the character, right? Like it's not just a snapshot of like, you have to make sure that everything looks kind of like okay, you know what I mean? So like I'm careful. I'm more careful in my when I draw like close up shots like this. I'm surprised you're not using onion skin that much. I don't have to. The reason being is because my characters are like I'm animating them like what do you call this? I'm animating them with a different perspective, like different sizes. You know how the sizes. I'm also using light table. I'm trying light table right now, right? So you know, like I use onion skin, but not today. That's the best. That's the best explanation I could give. I do use onion skin, um, but not in this particular case because I feel um, like flipping in this for this animation is a lot more um, like I could do a lot more I could do kind of like a lot more with just flipping, meaning I prefer flipping it at this point just because of the nature of the animation that I'm doing. Really depends, man. Really depends on the mood, on the animation I'm doing. This is what I mean by using onion skin. I'm using onion skin instead of the typical and I could very much say that I'm a bit off with my proportion here. That's fine. Like, I'm close, but I'm a little bit off. So I have to make sure that I am like this one. I could see the see, because I am now very like my shot is closer, like it's a medium shot, then I could add these details, right? Very confidently right now with the lines that I'm producing. And I could add a little bit of details to the Now we're gonna create another sketch layer because I want to make sure that the copy that I'll be doing later on for this one, like because this is gonna be a different like arm. Hi, man. This frame is taking so long, man. But it's gonna be worth it. Are the limbs drawn on separate layer than head and body? Well, for this particular case, because my plan is special for this particular animation, so I separated just the hands.
That's crazy.
My brother is here. My brother is here.
You just separated the hands. That's crazy. If you can send some donations so we can buy like Pokemon packs, we're gonna open it on stream.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
A little $5 one pack opening.
See, I just copied that,
That's
and
crazy.
I'm gonna be rotating this arm right here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for this particular, I'm separating it just for this one, but really depends because for me, like I just want to make sure that I'm animating it properly later on, you know. And maybe we copy pasted this character, this frame. And maybe the hair starts to move a bit. close-up, we'll be doing another onion skin for this close-up over here. Well, we're gonna do that tomorrow. Hi, Space Runner. We're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm tired. It's been 3 hours, exactly 3 hours since I started this stream. I've done like 10 frames, you know. It's coming along, right? Yeah, thank you. Like 3 hours, 10 frames. That's a good amount of work. So like I think this week probably Thursday or Friday again. I'll do another stream like this. Mostly close up and like hair animation. We've done like the bulk. So the way I'm thinking about this animation is that this is the first part. The first 10 frames are the first part when we get to this point of like basically what do you call this? A9, A10. So by the time we get to this point, we're close up and it's kind of like slowing down a bit. So majority of the things that I want to put here is like an animation of the hair, because once she puts her fist down, it's just now we're rotating her, right? First part is a zoom in animation. The second part is a rotating animation like this, right? And then the third part is a very simple and then the third part is like this, you know, like this movement right here is not much, but like we're gonna add in like more frames in there or something like that. So yeah, just watch out. So we're doing second part. We're doing second part for this one, yeah. So alright guys, I'll see you guys around. And thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you, you know. And I'll catch you in the next stream.